Hello everyone, this is Aaron. Been really concentrating on this giveaway, and not so much that everything is ready to go in terms of that. All this stuff is in terms of that, but how to do the process of the selection has really been killing me because we got over 100 people in the contest. So I looked at it. This is the best I came up with, but I want to just explain it to you. Basically, what I did was I went on YouTube and I copied, you probably won't be able to see this because this is so white, but I copied everybody who wanted to be in the contest onto another page, and then I printed out those pages out. I ended up with 5 pages with probably, 20 people on each page or so. And then since everybody got 4 selections, I then made 4 copies of that first page. Now what I will do is I'm going to cut out each person, and then over here, if you take a look here, I got a tray with 20 places in it, starting 1 all the way up to 20. I'm going to cut the name out, drop it in one of these slots for the number that they want. Okay, we're down to the last part of this thing now. Boy, this has been a process. But let me explain to you this last part of how this was done, in case there's any questions. Everybody was able to pick 4 items. What I did was I made this bin here that has 20 compartments because there's 20 items. If you picked, let me get here. If you picked 1, 10, 15, 20, then I cut your name out, stuck it in 1, 10, 15, and 20. And so on through. So whatever number you picked, your name is in that particular box. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my wife come down, take these out of one section. This will be the winner for number 1. Put it in here, stir it around, and just pick one. I don't want to do it because I talked to a lot of you guys, and as I was going through this, I recognized a lot of names of people that I've conversed with. As far as them having comments on the page. So I don't want to be biased at all. I want to make sure this thing is fair and above board, so I don't have anything to do with the selection. So she's going to go through and pick number 1 and 2, and what she's going to do is when she picks that number, she's going to go over, there's a table back there with all 20 items on it. She's going to put that name on number 1. Then she's going to go to number 2. She's going to pick that name, put it on number 2 all the way through to 20. Now the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in to see if there's any duplicates. Let's just say that someone picked 1 and 20, and they won number 1 and number 20. Once they won number 1, they disqualified for number 20. So that means that number 20 will be redrawn and put over there, and if there's no duplicate, we're done. If there's another duplicate, so on and so on. So if there's a duplication anywhere, that person gets their first win, but they don't get the second. Someone else gets the second win. So I'm going to get my wife down there. She's going to take these out, put them in this bowl, stir them around, and pick one and put it over there. I don't even want to know who she picked until I look over there on the boxes and see whose name is there. I just want to stay out of it as much as I can. So that's the next step. And then after all 20 have been done, I'll be contacting the winners and asking them for their addresses so we can get this post this thing together, and that'll be it. Okay. Oh, you guys, I'm going to tell you, that was a lot of work. I will tell you this, 20 things to wrap. Some of them were in boxes, a lot of things weren't in boxes, so I had to find boxes for them. But everything is now boxed up. My wife has made the selections as you've seen, and there was 1 duplicate only, and we fixed that. So the way it's set up right now is the winners are going to be popping up here in a second. That's why I'm sitting a little bit to the side so we have room to put the names of the winners over here. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But I know some of you guys are going to say, what does he know about NASCAR? There was a time when I was a really big fan. Mark Martin, number 6, was driving for Pfizer, which is a local company here in town. A lot of my friends and stuff have worked for it, and some of the kids are now still working for it. And I just really got into it. Mark was driving for them, and of course the Ford company was sponsoring. He was driving a Taurus, of course, back then, and that's Ford is right across town, and we could say in Detroit there, making those, have some relative to work there. So I was really into it, just to show you just how far I was into it. I had the whole setup. Now, it's about 15 years old now, but I still wear it from time to time around because I love the style of the jacket, I love the colors and that sort of thing. So anyway, just a little side note, just about the jacket and that sort of thing for you. Let me just say this, I'm really glad this is over. But before I pop these names, let me just say this. I had about 165 people respond, which would probably be the greatest response I'll ever get in terms of comments. And a lot of those comments were not people trying to get into the contest. They were just people wishing me well and thanking me and congratulating me. And that was so nice. I really didn't expect that. I really just expected people to just pick 4 numbers, but there was a lot of those, and I want to thank all you guys for that. Another thing I want to mention right here is more and more you guys are popping up and telling me, where you're from. I've gotten people from Uruguay. I've gotten people from quite a few places since I made that announcement to please post if you are outside the continental United States. And also more people are also telling me about their stations, about their channels. And I'm writing all this down. I'm putting a list together because I want to make sure that the people who watch me, if they got something, I'm going to try my best to go and watch them as much as I can. To try and return that favor to them. So with that, let me tell you about the next steps as I pop these names up here. These are the winners here, all 20. And basically, if your name is there, all I need you to do is to, in the comments section, under this video right here, just write down your address. And everything over there is weighed, so I know how much it's going to weigh. I can find out what the charges are going to be and that sort of thing. And like I said, in case you decide that it's something you don't want shipped to you, because we did pull some people from outside the continental United States. I'm not sure what the postage is going to be to get these items there, so that's something you guys are going to have to determine. But with that, here are the names. The way I'm going to do this is this. I'm going to post this thing and under a date, and I'm going to give you guys basically a week to get to me, and basically all you're going to do is just, a lot of you guys already did it, who put it up there, but just come in and write your address down exactly as it needs to be, especially you guys who won that are outside the continental United States. Write it down exactly as it has to be, because I don't want to mess up and get the package lost or anything like that. And as soon as I hear you, as soon as you get back to me and let me know what your address is, then I will go through the next steps for you. And I'll probably end up giving you an email address to contact me with from there. So again, in closing this, I just want to say that it has been a lot of fun. I want to thank all those guys again. Darko, I want to thank you so much for always helping me out. And JB 3D Printing, and I'm going to put their names down here again so that you can see them. I'll try to maybe put them side by side, their contact information. I had the contact information when I first did it, but I made some mistakes. When I redid it, I forgot to put the contact information down. So just the contact information. And for those of you who won those 2 prizes from them, I'll be sending your name and information on to them, and they'll be hopefully getting those things out to you, or at least getting in contact with you. So you might want to put down an email address on there too, so if they need to contact you to let you know when it's coming and that sort of thing, and make final arrangements. I don't know. But again, I want to thank those 2 for my sponsors. I want to thank all those guys again who gave me stuff for this giveaway. And I just want to say that I am trying really, really hard to get one big item. And I'm in, I wouldn't call it negotiation, but I am in contact with a company that that is at least entertaining the idea of doing something. That needs to be finalized. As soon as that's finalized, I'm going to announce it. And this is what we're going to do this time. We're not going through this process again. Okay? The people who, and I want to say sorry to you guys who subscribed after this date, but all of the people who have already subscribed, I got all your information here. You will automatically be in the drawing for that. We're not going to go through all this again. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to throw everything into one pot. I'm keeping all this, throw it into one hat, throw it up in the air, and let my wife reach in there and pick one out and announce it. I really wanted to do it on video, but my wife doesn't want to have anything to do with any type of social media. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there who think that that social media is just too prying and just getting into people's lives much too much. And my wife has happened to be one of those. So anyway, she does it off camera, but she does do it, and that makes me feel good because I know that I don't have anything to do with it other than contacting you guys. So hopefully you see your names there. If your name isn't there, I'm really, really sorry. We tried hard to get as many people wins as we could, and 20 is as much as we could do. But hopefully I'm going to try to do this. In the future, if I get anything at all, I'm never going through this process again. If I get anything at all in the future, everybody who wrote me, okay, put it this way, everybody who wrote me, all 165 of you guys, okay, I'm not saying the ones that entered the contest. I'm saying that when we go after these things in the future, everyone who wrote me, if you wrote me and said, Aaron, good job, you're in the pool. So if I get this big item, all 165 of you guys are in on it. And what I'll do is, if you didn't choose, because I know that, you know, not everyone out there, and I want to thank you guys for that. There are a lot of guys out there who have the wherewithal to get everything they need. And those are the guys that were doing me, I'm imagining, are the guys who wish me well and didn't ask for anything. And so if I do come up with a big prize and you guys win and you really don't need it or don't want it or like to give it out to someone else, that's your prerogative. But that's how we're going to do it in the future, because this is just too hard. Okay, I'm going to close this thing out. I want you to know I got an upcoming video that I'm going to be doing where I finally got in all the parts for my P1522 that I got, which I said was my last gun. I had been waiting on some shrouds and that to come in, so I'm going to be doing a update on that. And when I do it, I just want to say that JB 3D printing, I will put out more information for you. I kind of messed this up here in terms of not getting your names out there as much as I wanted to. And Darko, you know, I'm going to take care of you there. So look forward to that video, and I'm going to tell you how I got these things, about how I feel about them and how I think they made my gun better. Okay? All right, thank you guys so much.